Well, Kuno then, Buddy Kuno, how's you doing? You enjoying not being able to throw rocks at the body?
Fuck, does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts. Oh, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs. Oh my god, the little one seems distraught. I told you that she was lame. Shut up, see? Oh, they're gonna take you to lame prison. She sounds like she's about to cry out of a disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness. Now hold on, no one is lame here, just tell me what happened. Deny everything, Kuno, you need to lawyer up. Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present. Where's your supposed lawyer? Kuno doesn't fucking care. Find out the real reason why the trap was empty. Local kids might know. Then look around the yard. I was like, I don't really know.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
Take one step
Looks
closer.
like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means the fear is real. I just want to ask you some questions. Take another step closer.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains. Fine. Investigate the yard, you say. I was meaning anyways that I should come and visit here again at some point, considering I haven't been there for ages. The sound of melting snow dripping off the roof. It's strange. I don't remember how to go there. Maybe it was true here. I don't remember. This was such a long time ago that I visited this place that I don't really remember, to be honest. It's crawling with locusts in here. I was thinking that this might be the place. All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Like skyscrapers, piles of dirt and sand rise in accommodations for the insect and inhabitants. Well, detective, it appears you have solved the case. The lieutenant looks around, writes something in his notebook, and turns to you. Of the Locust, for the Mission Locust case, which is the sub-case of the imaginary insects case, so at least that's going well. Yes, precisely what I was thinking about. Yes, he nods. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough. You think the Elysium plasmid is nearby? If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The plasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The plasmid doesn't exist. He shrugs. But what do I know? Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The plasmid is impairing your judgment. We should talk to Kuno about this, get him to stop. I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You're doing just fine. Thanks. Let me check. Because there's stuff that I can pick up there. I so wanna get that guy, but I can't ever get him anymore. Well, there was bound to be some stuff that we would never ever be able to do, to be honest. So in that sense, it's no surprise. But still, it's sad, you know. It's just a little sad. What about this then? I guess that's from the other side then, only that I can interact with. Must be. Let's check quickly that there was nothing on top of this roof because there's no other ways to get here, but yeah, it doesn't look like it. So let's run back then. What else is there to do in here? I got a couple of coins. That's alright. That's okay. And I would have done the library call like you suggested, but I couldn't because there was a problem that it's not open yet. See? I would have happily done that if I could have.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
He doesn't care. I know you took the locust from the traps that the cryptozoologist set up. He says slowly, meeting your gaze with sullen defiance. Kuno took the box, so what? So it wasn't a past meet. A wave of disappointment washes over you. Yeah. You say you don't give a fuck about bugs, then you go and build a full bug town. It's not a bug town, it's a city of Locust, he says, enunciating every syllable. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit sense. Stop, she wails from behind the fence, then buries her face in her hands. Stop. You stop. It's like the fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage. There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort. The lameness is causing her physical pain. The damage may be permanent. So, what are you, some kind of artist now? Maybe I am, he says, looking you straight in the eye. That's great, Kuno. It's cool to make art. Oh my god, Kuno. He's gonna make you totally lame in like 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno. Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free. He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give away. they don't give way. Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a fucker or something. Kuno doesn't give a shit. I'll make himself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away. A leaden silence fills the yard. In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window. So that's what this is about. You'll have to take me away. But the question just here, suggestion as such is like, it's cool, it gives you a hint, but at the end of the day, it's still my choice, which way I go. And to be honest, I'm not 100% sure which one is the right way to go. To be on Kuno's side here, or to be on her side, or... I would assume that one of these is still the correct answer, rather than just say nothing, but I would think that he would rather like to protect her. So, in that sense, if I go into this, then he would be like, no, you can't, and then go like, he can't have the locust either. That depends on the choices you make, young girl. Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He's turned completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. Use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation. I need you to stop taking locusts from the traps. The cryptozoologists are trying to find something very important. Those locusts are bait. I don't give a shit. I don't need the locust anyway. She's so lame now. He turns towards the fence. She was right. The girl's face appears again above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno. So what's going to happen to the Locust? Not towards the shack. Kuno's gonna let the fucking Locust die. So I have to ask, what does the city of Locust mean? It don't mean anything, it's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when it's sipping hard. Fuck. He turns his face up to the heavens. Big, he says finally, lowering his gaze to meet yours. You really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno's city. Now it's all fucking lame. Aw, I'm sorry, Kuno, but we just needed the Locusts. You'd not to destroy the traps. Okay, now that that's settled, I'd better be off. Thank you, Kuno. The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? He asks before you leave. With the traps? The Insulidian Pasmid. Huh? He mutters to himself. He recognizes the name. So wait, you know what the Insulidian Pasmid is? Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. He says angrily, the fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit. There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's directions. So she doesn't believe you, but you have seen it too, Kuno.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Hey, kid.
What is this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
She puts her finger in her temple.
Get the fuck out of here, face! You got something? Talk to me!
Fine. Boring.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
But I feel like he's seen them. That definitely left that sort of an impression on me anyways. I just so wish that that stupid guy wouldn't have escaped. Would have gotten some more pluses or something into it. It's 42% chance. 42 should be the magical number. Not a bad number. Ah, well. I tried as many times as I could. No more can be done about it. Still, just feels sad. Something I will never be able to find out. What the heck? Did he really have the metal armor? But hey, I'm sure we can do without that piece of a puzzle. At the end of the day.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
Well, I had a chat with this kid Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the Locusts. The cryptozoologist purses his lips. So it was just a child. He looks crestfallen. Thank you for telling us, sweetie. She turns to smile gently up at her husband. This is good news, right? It means we can try again. Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing Locust. It's something else. What is it? Yes, you're right. We just need to restock the empty traps. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time and then maybe we can... The aging cryptozoologist breaks into a hideous coughing fit. Oh dear. He's not doing that well, is he? He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given away. Aw, he has fever. She looks at him with tender concern. Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home. You're right. He breathes carefully not to start coughing again. We can come back home next season when it's warmer. There won't be a next season. Not for this. Find the Pasmid or admit defeat, people. Okay. I think I want to do this though. Okay, we've come too far to quit. I'm gonna restock the traps. Let's do this. Chip enthusiastically. We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? He makes a show of suppressing a sigh. Fine, it's better than having these people get their money on the coast, but after this... Really, it's too much, officer. He starts coughing again. What Morel means is, we're grateful for your help. She nods to her husband. Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the tunnel, and thank you again. We will definitely mention you should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but... Wow, co-discovery, you'd be famous, you'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center. This would show them all. We need to get you on that list of discoveries, no question about it. Well, maybe, but there's not so much I would wanna do, to be honest. But at least we got some more locusts, so hey, that's cool and all. So then the question, I guess, is do we go and try to do that first? We could very easily run there and do that, considering the clock is ticking away slowly but surely, so we definitely have the time. And so I so wish we could have done that one thing. Oh well. It's not like there was much choice in that matter no more. Might have had a better chance later. At least I remember pretty well where all the traps are. Yep, that one is all the way down there, I know. But I wanted to make sure that do I need to do something with this one too, or is it only with the trap that is empty? And it's only with the trap that is empty. Where do I see it is? Actually this, it's here. Yeah, there's a box with locusts. A cardboard box with several rows of little holes in the lid. Though, at first glance, the box seems perfectly ordinary, upon closer examination it's obvious that it has been prepared with great care. Cool. Alles Wusen. Not sure exactly what that would mean, to be honest. I guess we might at least check the plausible sniper nest at the same time though, because that is kind of on the way to the destination anyways. So, but yeah, for example here I'm sure the wheel didn't show almost at all and stuff like that when I was looking into that and everything, so like I said, I should really have done a bit better with that. Was it from here or was it from here? Now I'm getting confused again. Yeah, it wasn't from here. What's this though? Full of holes. Could the post hide treasure? Look inside. Okay. Apparently it has something for sure. Strange that they all have just treasure in them. Okay, well. There's lots of treasures. Alright, there's even more on the other side there. Oh yeah, that person there. I know where or who that is. But I don't think we're gonna go and meet that person on the ice yet. Because there's the other things that I would really like to be getting done. It's just that the time is annoying me. But what can we do? Let's check this quickly. It's just coins. I was just thinking that looked kind of interesting though. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Alright, interesting enough. Alright, let's go and set this trap. So, the reed stands slowly around the empty trap. The trap's netting trembles in the cold rain. No insect sound or movements anywhere. Release the locust into the empty trap. The locust, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to assimilate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here, though. Good. Now that's done, when can we get to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? He stops you. Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question. He doesn't want to, but if there is one more cryptozoological runaround, he must force the investigation back on track. And this better be it. Aww. I get it. Still, you know. What's this then? Cigarette butts cleaned away under rock. Brand Diomorini or Tiri. You take a mental note. Diomo Tiri. Seems important somehow. Alright. Interesting. Someone made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The air has eaten away at it. This relate our coordinates boat traffic in the bay barely. And then something else. Is there something here that would indicate a sniper used this place as a nest for taking the shot? Just some urban detritus, a bottle and a dilapidated old comms tower. In the distance you can hear the breakers roar. I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Federator. I don't see a person take a shot here and hit something there. He looks east over the coast into whirling in rocks. What about the cigarette butts? Those, he points to them, a smoking assailant who favors diamotiri to astra oral drawing. Cigarette butts are everywhere. This is common brand for old men. Still, you felt it was important enough to make a mental note. That means something. You didn't pay attention to any of the other cigarette butts on the coast. Maybe the campfire used by the perpetrator? To warm his hands before pulling the trigger. Perhaps, but anyone could have made this. This coast is speckled with fires this time of year. He looks around. Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2 kilometer rifle shot from. Visibility is awful, there's water vapor everywhere. I think we can rule out B, double prima was it. So, maybe the assailant climbed the comms tower, took a shot from there. It's not possible to climb that ladder, and even if it were, why? There's no platform up there to aim from. The lieutenant looks up, raising his collar. So look over the water to the whirling in rocks. There, 1.2 kilometers over the cold water of the bay, blue from a distance and the air, you see the smallest rectangle barely visible. A glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rocks. With binoculars, you would see a young woman's shape move behind the glass, her limbs long and slender. Smoking, drinking, being happy and elated without you, because you're here, freezing in the wind, aren't you, doing your detective work? Finished thought. So guess this is not it then. Shiver bonuses. Tiny inlet there off in the far distance where the post trail towards. Well, we at least tried to check it. Tried to check it at least. I presume we should return to this at some point in the future then still. At least otherwise pretty well checked out. I don't know, should we then call first to the police itself? Rhetoric. No composure, so I don't need to feel very bad about, oh, I missed the composure thing. Composure either. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. These rusty gears used to turn the full machine. An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened a long while. You see a handle. Impossible. What is this thing anyway? It's military service depot of some sort. Used to service what? The washerwoman mentioned the depot up the coast. The lieutenant looks at the hunching concrete toad in front of him. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it. Could this structure have been used to take the shot? From here to the whirling, I can't see how. He looks southeast and blows off on his fingers. The jersey's in the way. Yeah, I'm not gonna try that, because maybe somehow we would get more interfacing and there would be some chance of succeeding with that. It's not a white check, so it's not like I can ever try it again if I fail. But yeah, I really would want to be getting that murder situation also forward. So that's definitely one of the main things that I would like to try to do forward. Truly. Or not murder, but I mean the situation, you know? There's a lot to investigate, of course, pretty much everywhere, but... Alright, I got into here already. I kind of thought that I was closer to the spot where originally thought that I might be closer to the spot where the other trap was, but I wasn't. Alright. It wasn't here then? Guess not. I'm getting confused. Where was the cryptozoologist traps? Oh well, I'm getting extremely confused about that, clearly enough. There's a lot to look through here properly anyways, after this too, of course. Definitely lots. Ah, yeah, it was into this direction, right? Hey, there's actually someone there now. That's cool. All the traps are set. And still no sight of the plasmid. Return to Morel and let him know. Actually, we could have a look into this now when Kim is here. See, I found that thing. We are lucky it's still here a little longer and would have floated away. The Lieutenant flashes a mirthless half smile. We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore. No documents. Who do you think took them? I have no idea. The Lieutenant taps his foot, frowning. This is a minor quirk. We know what was in the boyo anyway. He pursues his lips. Or think we do. This is a small loose end. Either way, not important, I hope. I hope. I have no idea. Do you have any theories, Lieutenant? Might have been Clausle. Might have been the people after her. Might have been a local trunk, he shrugs. We should go. You could ask the miss what she thinks. Well, sadly, nothing more with that. Wish there would be, wish there would be. Here was the one more net of these things. Let's check this, because we don't still have the possibility. Oh yeah, this wasn't even the right place, I guess, where the... yeah, not. Oh yeah, I did improve my visual calculus. Look, Kim, even more bullet holes. Something definitely has gone down here. Correct. The Lieutenant examines the wall closely. The density of the bullet holes is unusual, even the general average bullet hole frequency in Martini's sense. Crime affairs. There is a lot of bullet holes. Meaning this is a lot of bullet holes. He brushes the wall with his hand. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire, something you don't see these days. Why not? The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world. Well, we might as well try. We actually succeeded. I just wish that it would have been the composure check rather than this one. A row of ghostly shades stands facing the wall. I was thinking about the execution probably gonna be happening in here, and it definitely looks like it. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet, no sound, no movement. Then, meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The goats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. The morning sun rises beyond the horizon, radiating the first lights of the day. The order was carried out at dawn. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Fusillading? Rain and Prime have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. What is this? The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. Look at the people against the wall. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, wrapped from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Who were they? Collateral damage on the path towards normalcy and progress, as is your belief, officer. Maybe you should change it. They were praying, screaming. Ah, look at the line of soldiers. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? Men of duty, dark duty. Who were they? In all truth, violence offers no answer. It's only the last available resort when all mediation fails. And here, all did fail. Look at the person standing on the side. The commandant, the one who gives the order, machine gun fire crackling through the air, the lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face. Kim, who was who in this execution? At first the lieutenant doesn't say a word, he just stares at the wall. I don't know, he says finally. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War, or it could have been the communists put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. It could have even been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast, as their buildings was taken over by the revolutionaries. You mentioned coalition forces. Could it have been them against the wall? Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the orders. Ah well, a cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of felt electric, now collapsed and dead, but for some rats, you feel drawn, for some reason, to the faded mural again. But yeah, I checked those entrances last night. Not that there was anything we could do. Did you mean that we would be drawn to this? But maybe we are, but doesn't really matter too much, I guess, at the end of the day. Alright, now it's at least almost 10 o'clock, so I think I'll head back. Maybe I'll go and talk first. Like, yeah, I would like to check these guys too, but I'm sure they're a little bit later there too, so I can check them a little bit later. Because, yeah, there's these 2 things that I especially would want to do. We just haven't completely been able to do it, especially the murder that I'm more interested in, even. Or not murder, but the dead husband. I feel bad for the woman that her husband is gone. Even if he would have been a drunkard. Does not the matter. Need to get there too someday, mayhaps. Someday. This is at least a better condition tower. Has a long distance to run. Run. I guess I'll go and report to the zoologist then first, and then we'll check the calling to places. Then we will do that. Should be alright. At least I think so. Hope so. Think and hope. Can't hope to get the guy's armor pieces anymore, whatever he stole. Sadly, so this is the only thing. Maybe if we had stolen the armor, we ourselves would know how it sounds better, and that could have helped us too. Can't say for sure. Your husband isn't even right now here.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
The elderly woman smiles up at you hopefully. I restocked the empty traps. Where's morale? Thank you for doing that, dear. She manages to smile for you. Her smile is weary, her earlier ebullience has left her. Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Carrie's to get some rest. She looks down at her hands. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him. It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out in there in those reeds. I'm sorry, dear. You've had to trudge through them so many times. So is field work. A young person's game, as they say. So, who's going to check the traps? Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Carrie into going back out, perhaps. The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything. We'll take care of it. Please, Kim. That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself. Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up. Lena, what's wrong? You seem different. Different? How? The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you. You are not telling me the full story. I'm not. It's not that. She doesn't know how to end the sentence. What is it? It's a strange feeling. She looks down, biting her lower lip. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer. And when a police officer asks, you must answer. Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that, a story or a dream? Seeing the Elysium past me, it was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not. But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me. Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone. A terrible sting in the heart. Regret. You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something? No, sweetie. She shakes her head. There is more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the past myth's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologist that... And for years his belief made me believe too. That I'm a queen, an extraordinary witness to grace. But now we're both getting old and he's still working himself sick out of in those reeds looking for it. She shakes her head, still unable to meet your eyes. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was. What? That you did still tell me, in fact, that you believe that you did find it. Or you saw it, basically. That is what you have in your memory, of course. As a kid, you might have made up the story. I can understand that you regret it just because of the fact that Morel is feeling so sick, but that's basically the reason why you're feeling guilty, because he is feeling sick and he's done so much, and you cannot at the moment. The lieutenant opens his notebook but doesn't write anything. He's hiding. Those things are tough on him. Matters of love, not violence or deceit. Okay, that's... I really hope we can do this. We do have a good succession, so we should be able to hopefully do this. Okay, let's just try to do this. First, tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie. Please? Okay. An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care. Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't just about the past myth. But it is. We've spent years searching for the past myth, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't let him down this path, he could have had a steady job lecturing at the university. Normally, when I think about stuff like woman and marriage, I feel bad. When I think about you and moral, I feel okay. That counts for something, no? Oh, of course it counts for something, but we've had our hard times too. She looks down at her legs. I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived on our first date if I weren't the queen of cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story. She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking. Yeah, he's still been to you. I'm pretty sure he would have been. He'd still be into you. That's not how these things work. Maybe, but then why do I not dare tell him? She sighs. I've wasted enough of your time with this trauma. I really must stop talking about it, lest I start crying and waste more of your time. Oh, what you have to know is the Elysium password probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our coast. There are a million better things to do with your life. Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad. Yeah, there's a lot of bad options to do. Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either. I'm not sure of anything. She looks out the window. Sometimes I still see it, you know, the real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart. But yeah, that's of course true, but especially when I've heard some stories about, okay, what I did as a kid, I've made a picture into my mind as a memory. Oh yeah, this sort of thing happened. But it's not like it's actually my memory. It's a memory that I've made out of the tellings that I've heard from my parents that, okay, I did this sort of thing. Okay, my father said when I was with my, what is it called? The horse that you ride with, you know, that swings, so to speak. I was with it, apparently, and my father said that he's as hungry as that he could eat a horse. And then I've said back that, well, you're not going to be eating my horse or something like this. Like that sort of a memory, and I then can have made a picture of it. Okay, yeah, it's looked totally like this, but it's of course a made up picture. I know of it, but that doesn't mean that I actually myself would in any way remember it. But yeah, but I understand in that sense. Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer day, like a benevolent god. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary. You do that. I'll check the traps one more time, okay? Really? Oh, sweetie. She looks at you worried. Please don't get stuck on a tree. Take it from me and Morel. But I want to do it for you guys. No one can stop you from finding the passmid. Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's? Oh, no, thank you. But I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. She taps her share and then a taxi home. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad. Can I have your address just in case there's news? Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but... A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it. Yeah, the rest of this is pretty grim. Thanks for bringing some light. You are welcome, sweetie. She flicks a switch on her share and then the engine turns on with a whir. I'm glad it helped you, even though it turned out to be... A sentence remains unfinished. A dream. A fool's hope, say her lips moving in silence. Like that, like that. She drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, the cold coastal wind blows. We should go too. Somewhere out there, kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felt built-in rattling dusty windows, reckoning with strange coldness, to ask the wind once more. Aww. Postcards of all sorts. Another level up, but sadly it still doesn't help me to do the thing that I would really like to have done. I guess we could try to do something like change one of these thought spots, in all honesty. I do love perception. It's amazing to have this much perception. I mean, we can see everything, but there's definitely some that we could be changing from here, I'd say. So, learning cap for entrance raised to 4, doesn't matter. That's happened once. That's a long time ago. We don't need it. Let's forget it. Now then, 15 inappropriate, or the Masovian. But I want my visual calculus at the moment, but on the other hand, I guess I don't need it right now. Yeah. So sure, let's try this out. Let's see what the heck this would give us, this communism, basically. So, we'll see. But now we can at least call the places and stuff, because it's after 10 o'clock. To be continued with Kid Arusha next time in Disco Elysium. See you all then.